Welcome back to Stitches and Tales with Rue. If you are new, I'm so happy that you are here and that you found my channel. If you don't mind, please smash on that subscribe button, hit on that like button, and let's get pulling around. Today I'm going to be using Hatch Embroidery 3 to design a blanket for my mom. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to select the lettering. And we're going to enter the text. So I'm going to type in my mom's name. Oops, make sure we spell it right here. Then we're going to go down and we're going to find a font that we like, and we're going to try to play around with a couple until we find the one that we like. So we're going to go ahead and use the script 2 there. And see if there's something else we like. Oh, there's a script bold. I think I like that a little bit better. So then we're going to go into the stitching and we're going to select the first underlay, and I'm going to do a double zigzag. And then under the second underlay, I'm going to do the same thing, which is a double zigzag. Not sure if that's what we should be using or not, but this is my first time playing, so that's what we're going to use. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to select the color pink. My mom loves pink for the name. And we're going to size it, so we're going to hit the plus 10% to make it larger. I'm going to keep doing that until we get it to the size that we like. Okay, so now I think I want to add a design to it, so I'm going to hit the design, and then we're going to scroll down to see if we can find something that we like. Let's see what this looks like, the floral Valentine heart. I'm going to need to resize that after I place it. So I'm going to hit the -10 to kind of resize it to make it a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to go ahead and place it back up under the name. Really not sure if she's going to like that, so let me see. I know I have a bow on my D drive, on my thumb drive. So I'm going to go ahead and see what this looks like on here. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do blue. And hit OK. So that brought that up onto a new page, and at the time I wasn't quite sure of how to put it on the other page, so I'm going to go ahead and just retype my mom's name in the text, and we're going to go ahead and select the script bold again, and then we're also going to change the color back to pink. First we're going to go into the effects, and we're going to go into the fill. We're going to make sure satin is selected for the stitching, and then the underlay, again we're going to type the double zigzag on both underlays, so 1 and 2. I'm going to close that up a little bit and make sure it's selected. I'm going to size it down on the bow, and then I'm going to move my mom's name up above the bow, and then I'm going to increase the size of my mom's name. And we're going to go ahead and change the color now to pink. And then we're going to scoot the bow over. Don't mind my puppy in the back. Go ahead and zoom out a little bit so we can see. Go ahead and adjust. And we're going to make the bow a little bit bigger. Bring it down. There we go. Change that bow to a different color blue. Just playing around with blues to see what the different color threads would look like to give me a better idea of the threads I want to use. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to export the design onto my USB. So you hit the export button and then you're going to go down and select your USB. There it is. I'm going to click on that. And then we're going to change the name of it so I'll know what it is whenever I put it in the machine. And then you always want to save it as DST. So it comes up to Tajami and then DST. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. And then you're just going to hit the save button. Okay, so now that we have it saved on our USB, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my Poolin. It's going to pop open here. It takes a second. Okay, and it says tips, the embroidery frame unit guide will move. Please remove the frame. So don't put the frame on prior to doing this step. Okay, so now I'm going to take my USB and I'm going to stick it into the USB slot right there. Okay, and then I'm going to come to the front panel. I'm going to select the pattern if it's not selected, and then I'm going to select on USB, and I'm going to search through to find the pattern that I want. Okay, go back. And then now I'm going to go to configure, and the red thread I want to be pink, so we're going to hit color, and I'm going to search until I find the pink. You don't really have to change the color, you can just put the thread in that you want, but I'm going to go ahead and change the thread color, and I want this to be a blue. I'm going to hit save, and then I'm going to put the blanket facing this way, so I need to rotate my design. So I'm just going to flip it this way, and that'll allow it to print this way, so I have the bottom of the blanket here and the majority of the blanket up here so it doesn't get bulked up down here. Okay, and then I'm going to hit save, and then I'm going to hit embroider, and then I'm going to hit, you can hit trace, and it'll show you where it's going to go. It's better to have the hoop on, but I'm just kind of demonstrating here for you. Then I'm going to hit ready, and then if my hoop was on, I'd go ahead and hit start. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my hoop ready. I'm going to float it on my material on the hoop. I'm going to use 2 sheets of tearaway stabilizer, and then I'm going to use a water soluble on top. So let me get that hooped up and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have it hooped up and on the machine, and I've pressed the ready button, and quick, and then we're going to show you the end result. Okay, so I have it off the machine and we have the finished product there. There's what it looks like on the front. And there's what it looks like on the back. Okay, so you can see I have the 2 sheets of the tearaway inside of the hoop. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the water soluble on top. I'm doing it with one hand, so. Takes me just a couple seconds, and you just kind of pull on it, gently pull on it, and it pulls away. It is a water soluble, so if you don't get all the pieces off, you can always spray it with a water bottle and then wipe it with a rag to get it off. But you can see pretty easy to kind of tear through. Some of those smaller spaces may be a little bit more difficult to pull it up through. Just gonna go ahead and work this here and clean it up as best I can. The water soluble puts the stitching on top of the blanket so that it doesn't pull, the stitches don't pull through and you see more fuzzy than you do the stitching. So that's what the water soluble does. It helps the stitching sit on top of the blanket. Okay, so they're just all cleaned up from the front. I think Mom's gonna like it. Thank you for watching. If you liked my video, please make sure you hit that like button, smash on that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. And until next time, let's keep pulling around.